Today we're going to talk about starting your own e-commerce business. Now, a quick disclaimer, this isn't advice on how to be an entrepreneur, but rather a nice little roadmap that you can follow if you've already been thinking about starting an e-commerce business. So let's get started. Modern business has been transforming quite a lot, especially post-pandemic, where the world discovered the joy of online shopping. And it is something that has been benefiting consumers and sellers alike. This has led a lot of entrepreneurs towards starting their own e-commerce projects, their own online businesses, and a lot of them have been finding extreme success. So how can you get involved in this? The first thing you want to do is develop a business idea and then of course check the viability of it, because you don't want to spend all that time, money and effort into building a business in a market that doesn't have anybody buying your stuff. So you need to consider what kind of business you're going to start. Are you going to start a business that sells niche products that are something that maybe you've designed and manufactured yourself? Or are you going to be distributing products from other more major brands? So once you have a fairly good idea of the types of products you're going to be selling online, you want to do a little bit of market research to make sure that there is in fact a market waiting to buy those products. So a good thing to do is go and do some research on the type of competitors you might be looking at and have a look at those potential competitors to see what they're doing, what their success rate is like, and where you can capitalize on anything they may have missed. Once you've done that, you should have a fairly good, unbiased opinion of the types of products you can sell and the type of market you can sell them to. So there are a lot of components all working together in the back end of an e-commerce business, and you want to make sure that every single one of those components are properly in place before you get started. You want to find out who your suppliers are, where you can find them, how closely you can communicate with them, or whether or not you'll be manufacturing your own products. Another thing you want to consider is where you're going to be storing your products. Do you need warehousing? Are you only going to make things to order? And then, very importantly, how are you going to get those products to your consumers? Are you going to hire out a third-party logistics company? Are you going to deliver it yourself? Are you going to limit the scope of where you deliver to, or are you going to make your website a global phenomenon? The next thing you want to do is pick a platform or have your own one developed. Where are you actually going to be selling your products? So you have a couple of options here. The first one, and probably the least expensive, would be to sell your products on an existing marketplace, something like takealot.com. Of course, if you're going to be selling on somebody else's e-commerce platform, you are going to be subject to their terms and conditions and their pricing. So that is something to think about. A better, though often more expensive option is to set up your own e-commerce platform. And this is a viable option whether you're selling your own products or somebody else's. If you're going to take the route of developing your own e-commerce platform, you need to understand that e-commerce website development can sometimes take quite a lot of time to finalize, and it can also be quite complicated depending on how many things you're selling. Because of this, you want to start development as early on as possible because it can take quite a lot of time. And you want to make sure that you have a solid plan in place so that you don't experience any mistakes or delays that might cut into your launch dates. And the last part of your launch that you want to handle is the promotion and marketing of your new e-commerce business. So the first thing you want to start off with is SEO, and this should be part of the actual development cycle of the website. SEO ensures that your website gets put in front of the right people when they're searching for the types of products or services that you're selling online. After that, you can look at opening up Facebook or Instagram business pages and start marketing on those. It's a great way to grow your audience, and it's practically free. You get full control of your budget. It's a good approach. Another popular form of marketing for e-commerce websites is marketing on the Google Ads network, which allows you to either run display adverts or search ads, or even video ads if the products call for them. Again, it's inexpensive, it's easy to measure, and it's a great way to get your website in front of the right people when they're ready to buy. Now, obviously starting your own e-commerce business is a little more complicated than that, and you need to do a lot of research to make sure that you get things right the first time. It requires a lot of effort, a lot of time, and quite a bit of your capital, so you want to make sure you do it right the first time. One of the best ways to do this is to go with an agency like at Casa Digital Agency, who can help you build your website and make sure that we get it in front of the right people. While you're here, leave us a like, share, and a subscribe. It's one click for you, and it's a great help for us. Thank you very much. We'll see you again soon.